I had no idea what came over me. I had finally found him. My Tuya. He was really alive and standing in front of me. Hold the fuck up there, the same person. Grabbing hold of his white shirt, I pulled him in, smashing my lips to his. Tears streamed down my face. Not because I was sad, I was just overwhelmed by joy. It was clear he was surprised from the fact it took him a second to kiss me back. The kiss was passionate, every ounce of love we had was in the kiss, and we could feel it. I parted from him for only a second. The need for oxygen was making me slightly lightheaded. Panting slightly, I looked up into those eyes, the same ones I have fallen for not just once but twice now. I missed you. I was just speaking my mind at this point, a small smile playing at my lips. I didn't even know this guy before, but this has got to be the most touching ring I have ever seen. His thumbs going over my cheek to wipe away my tears, a small smile also on his face. I studied his face closely, admiring how even with the scars I could tell no difference. There used to be red hair coated with black. The scars lining his face under his eyes and around his mouth, silver staples holding him all together. He really was a handsome man. Our faces getting closer as we connected into another long kiss, hands slightly wandering over my body. Throwing up sounds, ew, tonsil hockey not my thing. Well yeah bud, sweet sleep calls, et. Venom no longer interrupting made the moment perfect. Hey, you calling me not perfect? I'm a fucking queen, badadash. I needed Venom to shut up for a bit. This was a moment I don't want. Fucked up arms hooked around his neck, one of my hands playing with his soft spiky black hair, getting a hum of delight. His hands rested on my hips, slowly sliding down to rest on my lower half. He had gained full control over my mouth, claiming it for his own. Turning us around to walk me back till the back of my legs hit the edge of the bed, never breaking the kiss as we fell onto the mattress. We may have done this once before, but I was way more aware of what was happening now. It made me blush remembering what was about to happen. He pushed down into me harder, deepening the kiss if it was even possible. My hands had griped themselves around his shirt, tugging at it, wanting it off so I could touch more of his naturally warm skin. Getting the message, I was able to slip off his shit, breaking the kiss only for a moment. I could feel his lower head slightly grind on me, letting a whimper escape into the kiss. I could tell he was getting a little impatient at how I was still fully clothed. It didn't last long until I saw a small amount of blue flame surround me. My shirt and bra were only ashes now, the flames scarring me slightly at how hot they were. He wasted no time on nipping and sucking on my exposed nipples, making small moans escape out of my mouth. He gave each side the same amount of attention. Dark spots covered my chest. He smirked at his work, happy on how I was so turned on just by him pleasuring me. He looked up at me for a second, his blue eyes meeting mine. So much love was being shared in the one look. All I wanted to do was show it to him. He slowly slid down my body, kissing and licking to the hem of my shorts. His mouth was very skilled, undoing my shorts with his teeth, slipping them off me. I was only left in my drilling wet panties, his fingers slightly gliding across the clothed skin. Teasing was not my favorite thing to get. I needed to pay him back for making me wiggle around. Mustering all the strength, I had pushed him over with me on top of him, straddling his hips. I connected my lips to his for another passionate kiss. When I looked at his half-closed eyes, I got all the courage I needed to let my lips say that I was thinking, "Let me help you out a bit." I could. His erection was being painfully held down by his boxers. Wiggling my hips a little, I felt him get harder and harder by the second. I kissed his jaw, the rough skin not bothering me in the slightest. When I got to his stomach, I left marks of my own, licking and sucking on his soft skin. I left hickeys wherever I could on his body. I grunted in discomfort from his dick being trapped in its cloth cage the entire time. Letting Dot of the hook for a bit, I pulled down his boxers, letting his manhood spring up hard and ready to go. I pumped my hand up his length, readying my mouth for his length. I could tell he was enjoying the blush on my face as I looked at him up and down, admiring his well-built body, his scars not making his any less attractive, the cold staples shining slightly from the moonlight entering the room. The pre-cum was already starting drip out onto my hand, the feeling of it sticky on my fingertips. Bringing my hand up to my face, I licked it off, mesmerizing the bitter flavor, but nevertheless my favorite taste. I leant down and kisses the tip, making it twitch with anticipation. After a few kitten licks, I took the whole thing into my mouth, my gag reflex kicking in. I ignored it and started to move my head up and down. Fuck went just like that. He tossed his head back, eyes tightly closed and hand taking hold of my hair. I continued the same thing for a bit, getting low moans from him every time my wet muscle licked his tip. His breathing was getting faster, and his erection was throbbing, signaling he was close. He was almost to his peak when I stopped, the taste of pre-cum staying in my mouth. I could tell from the fire in his eyes he did not want me to stop, slamming me onto my back. "You're going to pay for that." His voice was all too low, making shivers go up my spine. Ripping off my panties, he took no time in entering me all the way. It hurt feeling my was stretch up to his width. Small tears streamed down my face, being kissed away by the man on top of me. "Sorry, but that had to get you back somehow." He smiled at me, not moving, letting me get used to him. It took me a second to recover from the harsh treatment, moving my hips to test out if I was ready. He took it as the green light to start, going in out of me at a slow pace. The pain melted into pleasure in no time at all, moan escaping my mouth. Adia, his real name, rolling out of my mouth. It fit him so well. He stated to pick up the pace, getting faster and faster by the minute. "Shit, you so tight." We were both moaning messes by now. Skin slapping skin filled the room as he trusted into me. We were making love, not just fucking. This was with all the love in our hearts was put into each other. I love him, and will always love him. The way he looked into my eyes had the same look as what I was feeling, full of love. He was punting into me at this point, sending over the edge, my voice unable to hold back. Fuck right there to ya." My words filled him to pick up the pace if that was even possible. Hitting my G-spot, he trusted into me, making my eyes roll to the back of my head. We were both reaching our climaxes. He was getting a little sloppy with his trusts, and his breath was getting more shallow. The smell of sex filled the air. Our bodies so close together made me overwhelmed with joy. He was mine and I was his. No one could stop us. Christ, I'm gonna come soon. It took only a couple more thrusts to make me reach my peak, my voice screaming his name as I came over him. In and out he went, my body getting slightly overestimated. I felt his manhood twitch inside me, his warm seed shooting into me. Our breaths heavy from all the exercise we did. We stayed in that positions until we had both rode out our organisms. When he did pull out, my whimper of him leaving made him chuckle. He rolls off of me and flipped down on the bed, his hair sticking to his forehead. I swiped the locks from his eyes, my hand resting on his cheek. No words being said, the silence being all we needed. I snuggled up closer to him, my hands resting on his chest along with my head, his heartbeat putting to sleep slightly. It was only a bit more silence before he cleared his throat, his movements becoming stiff. "Hey, I can ask you something." He was having a hard time getting his words out. I was half asleep, so I did the weird yes hum thing, telling him I wanted him to continue. I could hear him swallow the frog in his voice, saying words I never thought I would hear. Will you marry me?" I was no longer asleep. I was wide awake. My eyes snapped opened, forcing myself to look at him in the eyes to see if he was joking. He was blushing like a schoolboy, eyes averted and pink over his face. It was adorable to say the least. A soft smile came to my face. This all I ever wanted. The man of my dreams asking to spend the rest of his life with me. It touched my heart. Tears flooded my eyes, spilling over. The silence was scaring him. He was sure he was about to get rejected. "You don't have to if you don't want." My arms pulling him closer to me, into a bone-crushing hug. "Of course I will, you idiot. Took you long enough to ask." I cut him off, his face shaping back to me. I could see not well up in his eyes as he pulled me into a tender kiss. "I love you." The words always made my heart swell up, a giggle leaving me. "I love you too, Patchy Zombie Man." My Tuya. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss anything I post.